Saw a video today. It reminded me of the video I did of the lady who was tailgating me down an icy road, and I'll put the link to that video here. It was of a guy who was tailgating her, and she's holding her phone camera because it's a vertical view. And if you go and read the description of the video, she says there was slower traffic on the right, so she was in the left lane going faster than the right lane. And apparently from her description, this guy was tailgating her a few minutes, like 3 minutes before she started her phone. And so during this recording, a guy's on her tail, and finally there's a break in the traffic to the right, and you know, of course, he doesn't wait for her to get over. He bails around her on the right and flips her off and pulls out in front of her and loses control of his truck. And so I linked that on my Facebook page, and Ovi was saying, well, you know, she shouldn't have been on in the fast lane going slower. And I agree. If you're going to be a jerk and hold everybody up just for the sake of holding everybody up, yeah, that's wrong. But in some states, it doesn't matter if you're passing or not. Oh, and by the way, she did say it was raining in the description of her video. So I understand she doesn't want to speed because she doesn't feel safe driving faster. And there was traffic on the right, so she couldn't get to the right. And that's happened to me a couple of times. But some states, it's not legal for you to exceed the speed limit even when you're passing. Otherwise, you can get a ticket for speeding and say, well, I was passing. So I think it was Oregon or Washington State or something like that. I looked up the laws that said that you can speed or exceed the speed limit if you are passing. Now, it was on like a discussion board. So somebody said, well, kind of like what I said, what if you're going 30 miles over the speed limit while you're passing? Is that safe? And then it just kind of snowballed. There are a whole bunch. It's not cut and dried. It's really up to the police officer who's writing you the ticket or not writing you the ticket to decide if it was safe what you did or didn't do. So regardless of what the laws are, or whether you're being safe or not, you could be actually breaking the law even though you weren't doing the speed limit. Meaning, one instance that this one website was talking about, that even though it's like 30 mile an hour speed limit or 40 miles an hour speed limit, and it's foggy and rainy, and you go even under the speed limit, so say it's 40 and you go 35, a cop can still give you a ticket if the conditions warrant that you shouldn't have been going even that fast. But anyway, back to the scenario in the video here. The lady did everything in her power to, one, stay safe and comply with the law. And one thing I commented on with Ovi was that, here's the deal. When I drive, if I'm in the fast lane and there's slower traffic to the right, and I'm going at least the speed limit, I will not speed up. I will do my best to get over, but I will not speed up to let a tailgater pass. Not because I don't want him to pass, but I'm the one that's going to get the ticket if I speed. And two, if there was a cop, chances are he's the one that's going to get the ticket for following too closely. And you know, with the one lady that was tailgating me on that icy road, there's turkeys on that road. I'm talking you know, the bird turkey, not not a jerk turkey. And there's deer on that road. So at any given point, something could have been on that road that would have caused me to jam my brakes, and she would have run into me. So I'm going to drive slow so I can react to what's in front of me, so I don't have to jam on the brakes. Because another video I was mentioning about getting into a wreck, yeah, even though it's not my fault, I still have to go get a rental car. I have to wait for the insurance adjuster. If she hits me hard enough to drive me off into the ditch, you know, now I've got to get a rental car right away. I'm injured. Nobody wins. Nobody wins in that instance. So for you people who like to tailgate, it's going to catch up to you one of these days, and you know, you're either going to kill somebody or hurt yourself or kill yourself, and do a lot of damage. And then, you know, wherever you are going in a hurry, definitely you ain't getting there on time now. So don't do it. I mean, I admit I used to be a hothead, and I used to tailgate once in a while, but it's not worth it. It is, you know, think one level ahead. Okay, you tailgate somebody, you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know if they're gonna brake check you. You don't know if they're gonna have to stop all of a sudden. So if you're tailgating and you run in the back of them, guess who's at fault? You. And you're gonna get a ticket if they call the cops. At best, here's the, you know, unicorn world scenario. At best, you run into their car, it wrecks your car. You know, they're like, you know, I got a crappy truck, don't worry about it. You still got to fix your car. You know, you still got a wrecked car. That's the best thing that can possibly happen. The worst thing that can possibly happen is that you kill yourself and the person in front of you. I mean, if there's one thing I'm passionate about, and it really pushes my buttons, is people who tailgate, because they really have not considered the implications of what can possibly go wrong. And they don't consider why the person in front of them is going slow. Now, if you're the one behind a person who's being a jerk, who's going slow, let them go slow. Because again, who's going to get the ticket? You. You're going to get the ticket for falling too close. You're going to be the one at fault if you run into them. Let them go slow. You know, and then as soon as they get out of the way, or as soon as you can get around them, just let it go, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. That's another thing. Where I drive, the road that I drive on normally, I'm going somewhere else today, but the road I go on normally, the middle lane, if you have 3 lanes, the middle lane that I'm on
4 miles, turn
is
left.
the one that doesn't change. In some parts of the road, the left lane will end. And so the middle lane keeps going forward. The left lane ends. And then, so like another mile up the road, the right lane is right turn only. And you've seen that video where I've turned off, and people are in the left lane, and they go to speed up just so they can cut back over into the right lane so they can keep going straight, whereas the left lane is left turn only. So I can stay on the same lane the whole way to get me home, but sometimes it's the left lane, sometimes it's the middle lane, and sometimes it's the right lane. Same lanes. So I'm not gonna jockey back and forth just so I can be in the left lane because I don't drive faster than this, you know, than everybody else wants to drive. Because even when the left lane ends and I'm now in the left lane and there's a right lane, it doesn't make sense for me to get into the right lane just so I can be in the slow lane, because another mile up the road, that lane is a right turn only. So like I said, There is no excuse for tailgating.
Drive point.
No excuse for
4
tailgating.
miles to destination. On left.
And so that's my rant. Don't tailgate. Stay safe out there. Bye.
Mm-hmm.